public hearing number 1 and budget work session number 2. We have a stand-in school board clerk this evening. Dr. Noonan, could you please take the roll?
Yes. Dr. Dimmick?
Here.
Ms. Downs?
Here.
Dr. Gould?
Here.
Dr. Ortiz?
Here.
Mr. Reidinger? Here. Ms. Silverman?
Here.
Ms. Tice?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you could all join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I'd like to seek a motion to adopt the agenda.
Madam Chair, I move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Reidinger. Could I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Ortiz. All those in favor say aye.
Yes. Aye.
All those opposed say no. Okay, motion carries. And I'd like to now turn it over to Dr. Noonan for item number 2 on our agenda, which is Spotlight Team FCCPS.
For the first time in FC
Day.
I think I've been preempted, and that may actually be okay. This evening, we have a really great video that John, Brett, and our communications folks have put together that really celebrates the recent Give Day that happened on the ATL Day last week. And this was an opportunity for many of our kids to come together and pack some food for some people that are food insecure. And it was led by a number of people, and some of them are here tonight, and you'll see them in the video. And at the end of the video, I'd like to invite them up to the podium and perhaps answer some questions about Give Day if they're so inclined. So with that, we'll run the video.
CCPS history. Students in K-12 participated in Give Day all together on the secondary campus. Students got to choose Give Day as their approaches to learning services action lesson.
Our club is Give Day Club, so it stands for Get Involved, Value Everyone. And so we're a service-based organization that has existed for about 6 years at this point, so it exists from throughout our public school system. And basically what we do is we fundraise and create service opportunities throughout middle, high school, and elementary school.
200 elementary students packed 1,096 power packs for Food for Others. Since the inception of Give Day, that brings the cumulative total to more than 10,000 power packs.
We are doing Give Day, which helps people in need. The Power Packs program is for Food for Others. Some people, like for school, they get food at school, but when they go home, they don't have like food for dinner and breakfast, so we pack food for people in need.
So we have enough to pack 1,000 Power Packs, yeah, we have a lot of people to help.
They also organized a children's book drive for recently resettled Afghan refugee families. They created community art. Be looking out for painted rocks throughout the community. And they made animal chew toys for the Lost Dog and Cat Animal Rescue. 300 middle and high schoolers packed 30,000 meals headed to Haiti with Rise Against Hunger.
Coming here and packing all of these boxes just shows you how many people are in need. It really gives you a perspective on like how you're living in comparison to other people around the world.
Since the start of this partnership in 2017, Henderson Middle School has packed 164,000 meals, giving our school the record for most meals packed of any school in the Commonwealth of Virginia. The Meridian Give Day Club hosted Ignite Services Action Panel with distinguished nonprofit leaders.
What we're doing today is looking for advice from esteemed community members in the service world on how to inspire people.
Yeah, in the panel we have a member of our community who's really involved speaking. We have a few people who run service organizations that we're going to ask questions about their line of work and how they decided to serve their community.
Most of us have been here since 5th grade, so we've done it fifth grade, all throughout middle school, and now all 3 years of high school.
So I think that like it really builds a good foundation for everybody. So if they learn to do service learning in high school, we're hoping that they become better volunteers in the future.
I think it feels good because like a lot of people need food around the world, so we're helping people get their food.
And it also helps kids like know that we can make a change in our community even when we're young.
And I don't know if it's just me, but like helping other people makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So we would like to, at this time, welcome Christine Buckholz to the podium. And before you come up and say anything, we just want to give a tremendous thanks to you and the team of folks that you've had a chance to work with for putting on such another great Give Day. And the way that it was tied to our ATL Day this year really made a difference. So we'll turn it over to you.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for this wonderful video. And we saw many of you and some of your children involved with Give Day, and so we're grateful to be able to celebrate this joyous occasion of Give Day. When Suzanne Hladky and I co-founded Give Day back in 2016, our eldest children were in 5th grade. They're now in 11th grade, and so it's really fun to see this program grow from kindergarten through 12th grade now. You saw a lot of packing that was happening, but also this year something that was new was that the high schoolers put on this panel and really brought together some inspiring nonprofit leaders to talk to them about the importance of service and how to be involved. So today, we wanted to turn it over really to our students to share about a bit of their experience. You saw what we did, but we're hoping that one of your questions that you wanted to ask us is what it meant to our students. And so we have 3 speakers. We have Cole Beck, who will be representing the elementary school ambassadors. We have Audie Rose Henderson, who will be representing the middle schoolers. And then Sean Lester is on the executive committee for the Meridian High School Give Day Club. So we'll get started with Cole first.
Hello, my name is Cole Beck, and I'm an elementary 5th grader at Oak Street Elementary. I wanted to be an ambassador so that I could help people in need who need food or just need a little brightness in their day. So at our Give Day event, we packed power packs, we made bookmarks, we did a book drive. We did food and, we did pet supplies, and we did cat toys at Give Day. And then I'm proud that we could make a difference in our community even when you're young. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Audie Rose Henderson, and I'm here to talk about the middle school's Give Day, Mary Ellen Henderson Middle School. And first, I want to say why I was a Give Day ambassador. I found Give Day like a really fun activity, and not only that, but like it helps other people. So it's the best of both worlds, helping people and doing fun stuff with your friends, and you can be able to socialize, and it's just like really good all around. The Give Day ambassadors organize multiple things, such as putting posters all around the school to inform people of Give Day, or just like to inform people about like world hunger and how they can help by participating in Give Day. Some of the fundraisers the ambassadors planned were a craft/bake sale, which we raised, I think, $700 to $900 something dollars, which was very good, and it was all like homemade stuff that we all made. We did coin wars, which we do every year, which is like you put coins in your own grades jar, and then you put dollar bills in other ones. And I think 6th grade won coin wars, which is sad because I wanted 8th grade to win. We partnered with Lazy Mike's to make a custom ice cream flavor for Give Day that people could pre-order. It's called Empower Mint, and it was mint ice cream with brownie bits. And then we also had a hot stage fundraiser, which came up because someone was like, let's hold teachers hostage for a fundraiser, and everyone was like, yeah, so we did. And they got pies thrown in their face, and then Ms. Hardy, she had to do trivia that we all created, and it was really fun. And then my Give Day experience, I helped check in over 100 6th, 7th, and some 8th graders, and then the 8th graders ambassadors, and I'm one of them, went to the high school panel to learn about the different jobs and how they help the community, and like just why they're there and why the people chose to be in them, to inspire everyone. Then the rest of us joined back into the middle school, and we started packing meals with everyone else.
Hello, everyone. Like Ms. Buckholz said, my name is Sean Lester. I'm a junior at Meridian High School, and yeah, so I've been a member of Give Day for about 5 or 6 years now. And thank you so much to Audie Rose for setting me up to talk about our panel, which we just finished with last Monday. Our panel, which was titled Ignite Services Action, kind of served just as a way for us to take Give Day to the next level. Always, we've had it as an opportunity for middle schoolers and now high schoolers and elementary schoolers to give back to the community. But what we want to do is inspire people to continue with it past their time in Falls Church, past their time in FCCPS. And so what we did was we had some local leaders and maybe even some leaders that aren't like necessarily local come down and talk to people about their path to community, or not communities, to jobs and service. And making service just like what they do. We learned a lot. They talked for about an hour to everyone. I think everyone was so interested for that full hour. I've heard nothing but like positive feedback from people that were there, people that got to listen to them. And I just want to thank them, all of our speakers, Max Levitt, Mel Gold, Rebecca Tax, and I'm blanking on our fourth one right now. But I just want to thank all of our speakers. They were amazing, if any of them happen to watch this at any point. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to us. It's always an honor to be a part of Give Day. And thanks again.
We're happy to field any questions you may have.
Curious about, maybe possibly for Sean who's been on there, how has Give Day changed over the years in terms of how students have talked about it or engagement overall?
That is a great question. So I'd say, honestly, our biggest point of change was COVID. When COVID hit, especially at the high school, it was kind of just a time where we were like, okay, what are we going to do? In past years, we'd stayed almost strictly to like meal packing with Rise Against Hunger, where we would actually have a bunch of kids come to the high school and middle school cafeterias and put meals together. But then at the high school, we realized like we don't have the capacity to do things like that anymore. And it was a big like learning curve. We had to change stuff. We had to completely change our opportunities for all of our club members. Last year, we, instead of Rise Against Hunger, we partnered with World Central Kitchen, as well as just some local organizations with like clothing drives and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a big curveball with COVID. And then other than that, I think some of the like the biggest changes over the years are just the sheer involvement and numbers. Back in 5th grade, it was a club with maybe like 20 to 30 members. And then we moved to elementary school and it grew to like 60 or 70, and slowly but surely it's up into like the hundreds. And everyone knows about Give Day and everyone loves to be involved and hear about it. So yeah, thank you for that question.
First off, let me just say how amazed I am at how Give Day has grown in the time I've been in the city. Christine, I was around when the students started this with your assistance, and it's just, it's amazing the way it's taken off. And the totals of meals that are packed, I mean, they warm my heart. So thank you all very much. I have a question and a suggestion, although it's more of a comment maybe than a suggestion. The question is, how did you go about picking the charities each year that you help out with Give Day? And I'm particularly interested in hearing from Cole how Lost Dog got selected. I'm an animal lover myself, and so it's nice to see people giving back to animal charities. And then I'll have a comment later.
So for the animals, we sent out a form for everyone like who wanted to be a Give Day ambassador, and then we had things that we're most interested in, and so whatever ones were most picked, we'd do. And one of the most popular ones that people wanted to do was like animal welfare, I guess. And so that's just kind of how we decided to do that.
Was it the same at the middle school and the high school, or how did you guys pick?
For the middle school, we didn't necessarily